Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today I'll be reviewing Spider-Noir, which came out last week. There are spoilers, by the way, in this video. If you haven't watched Spider-Noir, I would genuinely recommend you guys to watch it. And if you want to see why, go on my TikTok. That's where I usually do non-spoiler reviews and stuff now. So do check my TikTok out. But let's move on and go on with the Spider-Noir in-depth review. So which means there will be spoilers as well. So what stuff I liked about this show is basically what I'm going to discuss in this video. The aspects I liked about in this show was the 90-30 vibes they created. It was so good. I watched it in true color because black and white was not working for some reason on my TV. I tried to figure it out. I couldn't figure it out. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to just watch it in color. And generally it was very good. And I enjoyed it. The coloring, the type of aesthetics and everything, they looked so well done. And even the CGI, I will say, I'll give it to a positive side. And I know they have put a lot of money in it. I don't know how much. Apparently, some sources saying 400, some saying 200, some saying 100. I don't know how much they've actually put in. 100, okay, I'll get it. 400, I think, is a bit too excessive. But overall, the vibe, actually feel like it is from that era. The way the things are made and the way the colors are, it's quite nice to see. And obviously, the contrast when you watch in black and white is so different as well. And again, it creates the. I've heard from other people, it creates that same vibe as well. It creates the 30s type of era. And another thing I loved about this show was how it develops, and especially Nicolas Cage's character. He does not want to be Spider, and then by the end, obviously becomes Spider. He expects that fact, and also his character, the way they've made him, I like him. You will feel like he does feel like it is less. I will say about this series one thing is very different to the comic books. Comic book Spider Noir comics is very much darker. Basically, his uncle Ben, Vulture, literally eats him. So that's how dark they're going. That, but obviously in this one they've took their own take. They've taken some stuff, but with some stuff they've taken their own take, which I genuinely like as well. It's a very good take they've taken. It's basically they have made that character feel like Peter Parker. It for me it feels like Peter Parker, the quirkiness and everything. It's more of aged up Peter Parker in the 30s. That's how it feels like. And I do like it, like some of the drunk moments when he's drunk, especially that bar fight that happens when he's so. And I love the way they've showed this character at moments where the classic tropes we love. He's lonely, he's desperate, he's sad, and that's one of the reasons he was going away from his personality. As the show from the start, that what's happened to her girlfriend, her lover who he loved, and also the whole suspense and whole that thing that he's trying to find something's going on, and it was so amazing. And also the whole cat situation where we first are like, oh my god, they're loving each other. I didn't think, and then when she goes and betrays them, because first love is first love and never be second option, and she wanted the Sandman who was to get well, so that's why she gives up Spider to the hospital. And that whole hospital scene was so amazing as well. Like, I genuinely enjoyed that a lot. Like, seeing Nicolas Cage act in the whole series was amazing, but in there you saw him in full form. He was so amazing. Doing the way he was so like when they were doing the researches, and the way he is, his movements and everything, and the way when he becomes like the spider and like his all bones and everything, because obviously spiders, they don't have bones or anything, and obviously it explains as well. And everything went so well. The only maybe criticism you could say is the series will not feel like, oh my god, this or what have I just watched. It never hits that feeling. And I think the reason is at moments it felt a bit short. The way they go, it is very dialogue heavy at moments, and yeah, and the way it starts set up at moments it might feel slow for you. I generally thought it was fine. I thought the pacing was quite good. It went well, and maybe that's the thing as well. It just goes, and then maybe it changes at times, but overall I did like it. But the only thing, as I said, there was nothing that was like, oh my god level. but it was still a really solid show to watch. I had fun and everything. It was very nice. And as I'm telling, like the whole things they've done with characters, and also the Mega Ultron, his character, I loved a lot as well. And I love the ending of his character. He is a dickhead. You can feel he's like a dickhead, and the way they set him as the villain and everything. Obviously, there's quite a lot of villains. Sandman obviously fights. He fixes him. The other, what's his name, Robbie, obviously, who's I think Tombstone. Yeah, Tombstone. They obviously fix him. He's the one they fix first. But with the electric guy, Megatron, yeah, he was unfixable. As I was saying, Mega Ultron's like quirkiness, his foolery was quite good to see, and his the way they end his story as well, he chucks him into the. It was so satisfactory to see him just chuck him up to that train thing, and that was very nice to see, and I loved how they resolved it. And obviously Silvermane, I loved him as well. Like he was like the main big boss bad guy, and I love the way they showed him, the way he came, and you generally he feels the threat. There's moments where he genuinely felt so sinister, and yeah, that whole Winston and one scene was so I genuinely liked it when he shots and the episode end. One thing watching all of this episode, I felt it would have been so much nice if they did a weekly release. Like obviously with some shows it's nice to have them all binge, but this one felt like if this was a weekly release, I think it would have been way better, because in each episode you're like, oh, what's gonna happen now, what's gonna happen now, what's gonna happen now. And obviously for me, it took me a few times because I was busy. I couldn't watch it all in one day. But I think if I had time, I would have skimmed through the whole thing. And I think watching it each day, it was like I think I had it, because in my head I was like, okay, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And then the next day I watched it. And but yeah, but imagine if this came weekly releases, it would have been so much theories you could have made. It's like proper breakdown videos you could do. Like it would have been so much, and I think it would have captured the hype a lot as well. But let's see. I hope people start talking about it more. I've seen not that many people talking about it, but yeah. And obviously, if you've watched the video till now, you're spoiled. But still, I recommend if you hear some stuff and you're like, "Oh my god, this sounds amazing," I will recommend you guys to watch it. Do watch Spider Noir. I had a great time watching the series. Till then, peace. And finally, Sony made something good.